By the keeper of the watch, brave boys, one night they were trepanned, and for 7 long years transported unto Van Diemen's Land. We had a lady fair on board, Rosanna was her name, for 14 years transported for the playing of the game. She took the captain's fancy and he married her out of hand, and she gave to them good usage, going to Van Diemen's Land. The first day that we landed upon that fateful shore, the planters moved around the men, there might be 20 score. They ranked them off like horses, and they sold them out of hand.
Kind of flashes
Then
across,
they yoked them to the plow, brave boys,
travels,
to
then the light,
plow
and then you
Van
of existence.
Diemen's Land. Oh, had I but £1,000 all laid out in my hand, I'd give it all for liberty if that I could command.
Actually, the
Again to
experience of
Ireland I'd
waking up
return
got him
and
up
be
with how
happy
the,
on that strand.
on his deathbed.
And I'd bid adieu to poaching unto Van Diemen's Land.
Are you enlightened? You should not. says, I must not be awake, for everything looks to me as it never did before. Or else I'm awake for the first time, and all that was before was just a dream. So many people have had that without electrocution. It's the whole point. It's the whole point of transcendence, to go beyond samadhi. Track 3.
One, two.
Make me feel. You really turn me on, you really turn me. You know me off my feet, you know my off my feet. My lonely day I go, my lonely day I go. Just for me, baby, you love me. I say my keeping you satisfied.
ordinary way to do it.
But may you and all your honest neighbours enjoy the fruits of all your labours. So thus bidding pious a long farewell, I journeyed on to the place called Hell. I knocked at the gate, and louder still, when out rushed the devil with "What's your will?" Oh, said I've come here to dwell and share my fate with you in hell. Cried Satan, that can't be, I'm sure, for I detest and hate the poor. None shall in my kingdom stand except the wealthy and the grand. So, Frank, I think you've gone astray, for conflicts never come this way, but soar to heaven with wolves and legions, a place so called in the upper regions. Oh well, as I'm in no hurry, have you got here one Captain Murray? Oh, yes, he is within this place. Would you like to see his face? No, heaven forfend that I should view him, for on board the Phoenix Hulk I knew him. But who is that in yonder blaze on fire and brimstone seems to graze? He's Captain Logan of Barton Bay, and Williams, killed the other day, was overseer at Grose's farm, and did you convicts no small harm. Cook, who discovered New South Wales, and he who first invented jails, are both tied to a fiery stake that stands in yonder boiling lake. Hark! Hear you not that dreadful yelling? It comes from Dr. Wardell's dwelling. And yonder, see those fiery chairs? They're fitted up for beaks and mares, and men of all judicial orders, traps, bankers, lawyers, and recorders. Then Frank saw legions of traitors, hangmen, jailers, flagellators, commandants, constables, and spies, informers, overseers likewise. In flames of brimstone they were toiling, and lakes of sulphur round them boiling. Then he beheld old Sergeant Flood. In Vulcan's hottest forge he stood, with fiery garments all arrayed, like wild Arabian ass he brayed. Loud he implored for Frank's assistance to end for him his sad existence. Cheer up, said Frank, don't be dismayed. Remember number 3 stockade. He next beheld that noted trapman and police runner, Israel Chapman. Steeped was he, standing to his head in cauldron hot of boiling lead. Alas, he cried, behold me, stranger. I've captured many a bold bush ranger, for which I now am suffering here. But lo, now yonder snakes appear. Then Frank beheld some lonely worms, and snakes of varied shapes and forms, all entering at the mouth and ears to gnaw his guts for endless years.
I was exposed to Shakespeare, Coleridge, Cummings, and Emily Dickinson, Robert Frost, Thoreau, Emerson, all the great people that spoke of. But I remember reading a long time ago something that Rumi said. Rumi, this 13th century Sufi mystic, he said the most important thing you can have in your life is passion. said, "You have to learn to become a passionate lover of life." He said, "You can be a passionate lover of life. You will be a lover. You will be a lover on the day of resurrection. You will be a lover in paradise. You have not learned how to live a passionate lover. Don't count your life having been lived. The day of reckoning it will not be." Another time he said, "I'm so mad with love that madmen have to stop me and say, 'Be still.'" So I have felt a deep debt of gratitude to his music. I was recently in Ireland, and there's a mountain there which the Celtic traditions regard as sacred to meet the warlocks and the wizards
And Jenkins too,
say
whose back
people
by
that
scourging have been mangled.
at night
And at last,
under a starry
by Jack
sky.
Ketch,
Be careful. Die. And fight God. I don't know if you know the story about Rumi. On one occasion,
Enoch, go you him to Job and put on the sleeping
Scenery is changing, but this presence is non-changing. Even now, as you're listening to me, again, go back to who's listening. Same presence when you were a baby. Person. This presence is beyond body and mind. Experiencer not contaminated by the experience. And silent in this space, you will recognize that there's a freshness to it. The mind gets very physical body gets fatigued with effort. It's fresh. As fresh. He says, you are that freshness, and I'm with you now. Nowhere again, sight the majesty. Nowhere again. Because peel the layers of the soul, we find first the mask of the ego or the object of birth, all the things that we identify with. Beyond that, there are our personal memories and experiences we've had in our childhood, maybe in other lifetime, the personal domain of awareness, software, memories and desires and which we call the soul. Go beyond that, and there are memories of the race, there are memories of the species. Go beyond that, there's the memory of all other species, all other beings. When you go beyond that, there's the memory of the creator, the source of creation. This body mind, this soul, which is the software behind it, the holographic representation of everything. It doesn't really matter. It's the same.